You know what's scarier than standing in front of your super boss for that big office presentation? It's a 10-year-old in full Hulk mode at 8 o'clock in the morning. Just yesterday, a parent came to me and asked, "Why is my child always angry?" And I was thinking, anger in children is like steam from a pressure cooker. The steam is not the real problem. The real question is what's cooking inside. No child wakes up in the morning thinking, आज तो मम्मा पापा का blood pressure बढ़ा के ही रहूँगा. Their anger is often a reaction to something they don't have the words to express yet. You see, anger is not the enemy. It's pain. Pain that is screaming louder than words. And when we listen, we truly understand. We are not just calming their temper, we are healing their heart. But here is the little warning. If your child is angry and you also get angry, then you have just booked a free ticket to WWE match inside your own home. And what I just shared with you is only the trailer. If you wish to see the full picture and learn how to turn your child's anger into connection without raising your own blood pressure, watch the full episode of this podcast. This might just change the way your child sees you and you see your child. Parents, tell me honestly, does your home also have this special setting where one small thing happens and dhadam, mood blast, homework not done if you say angry, TV switched off, angry, little brother takes the small biscuit, last bite of biscuit, and Mahabharata starts. Sometimes it's like there is tiny Hulk inside our children, just waiting for someone to press the gussa on button. But here is what we often forget. Anger is not the real villain. For kids, emotions are like big, strong ocean waves. Sometimes they surf it well, and sometimes the wave just knocks them out. So the question is not what's wrong with my child. The real question is what's hurting my child. Hello everyone, I'm Surabhi, your brain coach, and in today's special podcast, we are talking about how to handle your child's anger without raising your own blood pressure. Yes, without raising your own blood pressure, how to handle it. And joining me today is India's leading IB leader and parenting expert, Mrs. Rama Shinde. So please welcome with me, Mrs. Rama Shinde. Welcome, ma'am.
Thank you, Subhi, ma'am. It's wonderful to see all the parents and meeting you over here. So let me tell you a short story from one of the schools I am guiding to, okay, based on today's topic. So there was a 10 years old boy, okay, and almost every day he used to shout in the school. The teacher labeled him naughty and mischievous child, okay, even misbehaving child. But later they found out, every night his parents fought at home. Okay, his anger was not badness parents. It was actually sadness. And many things can hide behind a child's anger, ma'am. Okay, it can be a parent's fighting problem with friends, bullying, school pressure, fear, or stress, and sometimes even the puberty changes. And do you know about this puberty changes? It's like a DJ party of hormones inside the body. And the child has no idea which dance step to follow. Science even says, ma'am, sometimes anger is connected to ADHD, anxiety, or past trauma. So this is not the time for blame. It's the time for strong connection. Do you agree, Surabhi ma'am?
Yeah, I totally agree, Rama ma'am. And parents, when your child is shouting, when your child shouts, what's your first reaction? Tell me. Write down in the comments, in the chat. What is your first reaction? For many, it's be quiet, or go to your room, or behave properly. But here is the thing, it's diamond that I am going to give you in your parenting toolbox. Punishment doesn't take the anger away, it doesn't melt it, it just changes its shape. Anger turns into shame, and shame, it doesn't heal, it never heals, it will never be healing. See, the shame is like a blanket over the fire. The flame is still there, it just hides and burns silently. Your child is being burned by the shame silently. What does it do ultimately? What will it do? Tell me. It completely, yeah, it will completely shut your child down. It compels children to hide, shut down, either become too aggressive, revengeful, or just go silent. Stop talking to parents, and when they stop talking to parents, what happens? We know. They talk only with friends, or maybe share your emotion on social media. The complete world knows your child's emotion, but parents are not aware. People who actually care for the child, they don't know. So let me share a story over here. A little girl was there, and normally children do that, right? It was nothing special. That little girl hit her younger brother. Like us, the mother got angry and shouted. The girl was crying. The girl started crying then and there, not because she understood her mistake. When the mother shouted, she didn't understand it, right? Why mother is shouting? She didn't understand that it was her mistake, but because deep inside she was feeling, somebody really saw me. No, nobody is really seeing me. Nobody understood me. They all care only for my little brother. That anger was being buried inside. And it's like in the office, right? When your boss only notices the one email you forgot to send, or your husband only remembers the salt that you forget to put, but never claps for the 99 things you did right. How would you feel? Right? Now, today, many parents take a shortcut, and I have observed it, with interactions, and through interactions, through different practical sessions that we are doing. We have now observed that parents take this shortcut. This is not for you, but many parents do it. They say, here, take the phone and calm down. We want to calm the child down, and we know that child is attached to mobile, so we give it. And yes, it works for 10 minutes. Even if you are traveling in train or you are in airport, you will see, child will be sitting silently with phone if you are giving the phone. But science is telling, studies are telling, too much screen, that's like pouring petrol on a small fire. It looks calm for now, but later the blast is bigger, the damage is bigger. And here is the simple science. When a child's needs are blocked, then anger comes out. When support is missing, they will feel alone, and our mood becomes their mood. Whatever we are feeling at that moment, they also start feeling. If you are angry, they also start, feeling angry. So if we want to heal their heart, what should we do? We have to start with ours. Rama ma'am, parents have to start, like if I want to calm my child down, I have to start from me.
Very rightly said, Surbhi ma'am. This is a beautiful study on this by, there is a beautiful study on this by Tina Figel, okay? And they have this super special line, okay? I really love this line. You can't discipline pain. You must hold it. I repeat once again, ma'am. You can't discipline pain. Okay, you must hold it. So when I first read this line, I thought this is like, putting a crying child in a corner and saying, stay there until you stop being sad. But think about it. Pain doesn't work like that, ma'am. Okay. Can sadness stop just because you told it to? No. Feelings don't have an off switch. When sometimes crying, they don't need punishment. They need a hug, okay? A safe space. And someone who says, I'm here with you.
Mm.
You don't fix sadness by locking it away, ma'am.
Mm.
You fix it by understanding it.
Mm.
It's not a naughty behavior you can punish away. It's a message, okay? It's saying, hey, something inside me needs care. Do you agree with me, Surbhi ma'am, for this?
Yeah. Totally, ma'am. Totally agree.
So think about it when the child is angry, hurt, okay? And when we respond with shouting or scolding, we
Mm.
don't take away the pain. We
Mm.
just add shame on the top of it.
Mm.
What we can do to change the story plot completely, just to help you understand better, let me tell you a small real story, ma'am, here. Okay. So in one of the families, hmm, the boy threw and broke his expensive toy in anger. Hmm. Now most parents in this moment would be like, you know what, behave. Why did you break it? You are very careless. Go to your room. But his dad did something else. Hmm?
Mm.
Can you guess, Surbhi ma'am, what he must have done?
He might
He
have scolded again, no?
No. See the calmness of the father. He didn't shout, okay? He didn't start a lecture on it, okay? You don't value these things, or you will not get a new toy now for next 2 months. He just sat next to the child, okay? Looked at him gently and said, looks like you are feeling a big emotion right now. Come, sit near me. The boy was like, no, go away. Dad just waited patiently with gentle pressure, gentleness, okay, gentle presence. After some time, the boy's eyes softened. He hugged his dad, okay, and the toy was still broken, but the connection was safe. Can you imagine the situation, ma'am?
Yeah, exactly. Children don't just need correction, they need connection before correction. So, next time your child is upset, try these three things. First, name it. Say, I think you feel angry, or looks like you are feeling sad. When you name the feeling, you help them understand what's happening inside. Tell them with different emojis, these are different emotions. What are you feeling right now? We have talked about it earlier, right? Please watch our previous webinars in the channel. I will be sharing the link of our YouTube and you can just watch it. So the name of this is name it to tame it. This is the name of the technique. That is first thing. Help them understand their own emotions. They are small, they don't understand. Now second is say it's okay. Tell them that it's normal to feel angry or it's okay to be sad. This teaches them that feelings are not bad. It's what we do with them what matters, right? The thing that we are doing with our feelings, emotions, how we are acting on it, that is what matters. Because then they will not associate shame or guilt with their anger. This is second thing. This is our responsibility. And third is be with them. Say, let's calm down together. That together part is gold. It tells the child, I am on your side. Even when you are not at your best, I am yours. Only this action is, that this action requires little refinement, but you are all good. You are not bad. So that they understand that their feelings, their emotions are something which is different than them. It's not that, sometimes if they are doing something wrong, they become wrong children, they become bad children. No. Rama ma'am, what do you say about it?
Yeah. Very, very true, Surbhi ma'am. And this three steps, the three powerful steps here, okay, which you shared, let me clarify, more about it. Like calming down together does not mean both of you start throwing pillows, okay? Yeah, it means slow breathing, maybe holding hands, okay, just sitting quietly until the storm passes. Because, ma'am, the truth is, a calm parent is like an, anchor in a stormy sea. Hmm? The child may still have a big waves inside, but they know where to hold on. So, next time you see pain in your child's eyes, don't try to discipline it away. Sit with him, okay? Hold it. Because that's how we raise the children who feel safe, even when they feel big, feelings inside. And this brings a miracle, ma'am. This kind of a behavior brings miracles.
Yeah. And that pause, that choice to connect first is where transformation happens.
Absolutely.
This is the point where transformation happens. And most parents think transformation comes from better discipline methods. When discipline is better at home, child will be transformed. But the real change comes, it starts in that 2-second window before you react. When child is getting angry, how you react. That is the transformation window. And today we will share 5 simple steps, Rama ma'am, you and me, to turn those firecracker anger moments into bridges of connection. It's important, super important for today's children. Not theories, not lectures, but real, usable steps. You can try tonight and then keep on doing and share with us how they are working.
Yeah, Surabhi ma'am, it is going to be really a big tool in the hands of the parents. So, step number 1, the start point is when anger comes at you, your first job is not to fix the child.
Yeah.
Okay. Your job is to fix your own breath. Okay. Example is story that Surabhi ma'am shared is that the story where dad wanted to shout, right? And his voice was ready, words were loaded, but instead he stopped, okay? He kneeled, okay? You have to come down to child's level. And he said, let's breathe together. That pause is not weakness, it's strength, okay? Wrapped in patience. And here is the secret. Kids, remember that calm for longer than they remember your lecture.
Yeah, and this point that you mentioned, kneeling down, that helps because then you come at their level, you are having that eye contact. And in earlier webinar, you shared that your volume, your pace should be, matching the child, not higher than the child. All these small things matter a lot to their little brains. So it's important to understand your child from their brain's perspective. Yeah. Exactly right, ma'am. And the second step is teach your child body signs, because when they are getting angry, there are few body signs that your child may learn to understand. You will also understand what body signs your child has, like often, they feel something before they act it out, right? So there maybe their fists clench or their tummy feels tight or their voice go louder. So we teach them to notice it, what is your signal that body gives you, So a mom was sharing with me that she discovered that her little girl would feel her head little heavy. She said, Mama, when I start getting angry, this particular part becomes little heavier, and that made it their code. They decided that it would be our code. When she said it, her parents knew that time to help her calm before the storm broke, So name it to claim it, right? So as parents, we need to help them to understand it. What are your body signals? What signals your mind is giving? What signal your body is giving? Because what kids can name, when they are able to name it, they learn it to tame, It's important for them first to understand what is happening with them, because sometimes, as you rightly mentioned, big ocean waves, they are not able to understand themselves and they just shout like volcano, they get erupted,
Very true, very true. So this is like, ma'am, super step, I must say that. And now I would like to share with you the third step. It is like, adding a little magic in your parenting toolbox. Okay. Yeah, it is a tools which we are sharing with you. So a calm ritual, it's like a secret button for the heart. It's something small, sensory, and repeatable, ma'am. Okay, something that tells the body you are safe now. And now, what does it mean in real life? Let's make it simple. Okay, so having you seen a glitter jar, ma'am, which we
Yeah.
had shown last time? Okay,
Yeah, yeah.
shake that jar. Okay, unfortunately, right now I don't have that with me, but
Mm.
then you shake that glitter jar. Okay, and the glitter swirls around like a tiny stormy, and then slowly the glitter settles down. So to give that time to the child to observe that. Our feelings do the same, ma'am. Okay, when we are upset, everything feels inside shaky, messy, fast. But when we pause and do a calm ritual, our feeling slowly settles. Okay, and I'll give you an example. One father and a daughter, have a very nice ritual which they follow. It is called as a water tap ritual.
Oh.
Whenever this girl is upset, okay, they go to the sink. Okay, they open the tap, but they ensure that there is a bucket or the tub below that tap. And they watch the water flow till it feels calmer inside. And it teaches one powerful life lesson.
Yeah.
Can you imagine this? Okay. What lesson? Like feelings are temporary and they move, they change. And you are always bigger than you are strong. And what this father and the girl does, later on, ma'am, they pick up that bucket and they go and water the plants.
Do something useful even with your anger.
Right. So the child also has learned this, that whenever the child is upset, ma'am, this water tap ritual is a wonderful technique parents can use it.
Yeah, I was going through one podcast, ma'am, and there the person was sharing that when you can use your anger against yourself, for example, make yourself more disciplined. Why am I not doing well? Because I am not disciplined. So, learn to use it. So that is next part. Children can do it, and we can train our parents to do that. Anger is also an instrument given by God, isn't it?
Yes.
So now step 4 is little fun. It's called move instead of shame, So most parents, when the child misbehaves, what do? We take out our standard operating procedure. Step 1, shout. Step 2, scold. If child doesn't listen, step 3, lecture. And step 4, wonder why is my child still not listening, And then some people go a step ahead as well, right? But ding dong. Here is the star tool. You can move instead of shame. How? I'll tell you a real life story. Once a mother shared with me, like she came home after a horrible day, and her son was cranky, homework not done, untouched, and pencil lying there like it's also tired. Instead of shouting, she put on the music. She thought something different, and they danced together. She said, "Let's dance together." And was the homework done with this? No. But connection got an A+. Because the truth is, no child listens well while feeling unsafe. And the fun fact is that shouting will also take the same number of minutes as dancing. So why not to do that way? What does it do? It calms the child down. It connects immediately. So next time, dance, walk, play catch. And if your child suddenly starts breakdancing, join them. Math can wait, but connection can't. Because once the heart opens, the mind will quietly follow. It starts following, they will start slowly listening to you. They will also understand things because they are also calmed down. They are also able to think. There is this study, Rama ma'am, you and me were talking that day that whenever you are angry, whenever you are upset, this prefrontal cortex, thinking brain doesn't work that much. But when you are calming the child down, when you are calming your own stress down, then things will be better, and it will take same number of minutes, isn't it?
Very true, Surbhi ma'am. It's very important that the parents must understand the brain science, right? Yeah. So, see, you need to be very observant, ma'am, to understand the progress of your child. Your child used to hit when the child is to get angry, right? Now they walk away instead, okay? The face is still red, okay? The eyebrows still meeting in the middle, but the but they chose a better action.
Yeah.
That my friend is in progress, right? Is progressing. Clap for it.
Yeah.
Smile and say, I saw you walk away. That's brave. Because effort celebrated becomes effort repeated, ma'am. Do you agree?
Yeah, absolutely. Because what we think, no, my child is still getting angry. These techniques might not be working. No, observe these little changes. Like when Rama ma'am said, observe even if the reaction is changing from being very aggressive to becoming a little bit, melting down. That is also a change. So change will not come like immediately from, kabhi khushi, kabhi gum, directly this upside down. But yes, small changes, if we start observing and then appreciate their efforts. Wonderful, Rama ma'am. Yes, and I have experienced that this works. And also, we should remember, doing all this won't win you a parenting gold medal. Never. But it will, yeah, but it will give you something far more precious. A child who says, my parents are my team. We all are a team. That is something that you will get for sure.
Correct, ma'am. So sometimes, this child, children are angry and just because of a bad day at school, okay? But sometimes it's more just anger, okay? It's a message like a flag waving, okay? Something inside me is not okay.
Yeah. And you can spot it because angry outbursts, they are almost every day. If suppose it is happening, if they are hurting themselves or others, you will come to know that no, it is not very regular. And afterwards they will feel guilty as well, because that guilt is like child saying inside, I didn't want to do that, but I did. So it's like that. Rama ma'am, I know a teen who would punch the wall so often, his knees were they were always swollen. It wasn't about the wall, it was his way of releasing the storm inside. Parents started therapy, and when therapy started, and when his parents learned better ways to respond, he talked more, shouted less, the walls stayed fine, and his hands stayed safe. So that is why it is important to understand what should be done. If it is actually serious, you are thinking that no, every day it is happening, then seek help for sure.
Absolutely correct, Survi ma'am. So, this help can come from anywhere, ma'am. Okay, a school counselor, a teacher, even the helpline, asking for help. It's not weakness; it's a wisdom. So your child is not bad; they're just hurting. Okay, behind loud words is a soft heart, which we should remember. Behind a slammed door is a call for help.
Yeah. Because it is not in their control as well. So we have to help them. We don't have to shout back. So next time your child is angry, pause. Look past the noise. Say, I am here. I understand you. Be the calm. Be the connection. Because in the end, connection is not only, just correcting your child and just asking whether have you eaten or not, It's something deeper, and that deeper part needs to be understood. Connection is super important if we want our child to listen to us. If it is not there, your child is never going to listen, because inside connection will always be there. We are parents, they are children. But the way we approach them, they learn the same way to approach us. Connection is the only discipline that heals. Because discipline, sometimes we feel that stern voice, raising your voice is the discipline. It will bring discipline in children. No. Connection is the only thing that is working in today's children, Zen Alpha, Alpha generation. So let's open the forum for questions now, Rama ma'am. It's time, it's 8 o'clock. What do you say?
Yeah. We are open to hear the questions from them in the chat box. As well as, ma'am, while registering, few of them have shared the questions, right? Yeah?
Yeah, correct. So I think first question we are seeing by Shirish Kamble ji. Shirish ji is writing, I step back. Okay. All right. So
yeah,
if you
that's
have
true.
So would you like to throw some light on it, sir?
Not really, ma'am. But I prefer to stay back and allow the things to cool down. And then step by step, I try to approach. If again she is in same state, again I step back. So, so it is more of like a game. Yeah, but most of the time I prefer to keep quiet and allow her anger to get over. Let her allow me to shout on me, and then I express my feelings.
Yeah, I think you deserve this clap because this understanding is very important. If both of you are doing this, so last time we were sharing, it's like pouring hot water over, just to cool down the burn. It will never happen, So both ways, it is only going to start WWE in your house, nothing else. Yeah.
Actually, I just want, this will not be out of context. I think one thing I would like to share. So, the daughter and father always used to have a boxing. And one day I decided,
Sir, just 1 minute. Sorry to interrupt you. If you can put your video on, I can just give you a spotlight so that.
Yes. 1 minute. Let me.
Yeah.
So at one point of time, I thought, now I will not step back. I will hit hard. And then I started reciprocating harder. And then one day she felt sick, and she was running with a really very high temperature. Almost it was 102 plus. And then we called for medicines. Medicines were delivered, and I went and I just wanted to hand over the medicines to her. That time she really jumped at medicines, and at that time I realized how much she is dependent on me. She is just what you can say, defenseless if I am not there. And that really struck me, and then I emphasized more on myself. Nowhere it is hitting hard back, but just allowing her and keep quiet and understand her.
Yeah. That's very true. They don't shout, they are not showing their anger to us because they don't love us. They are showing because they know that we are their safe place. Even if they get angry, we will be there. That's why they do that. And they are children. They are still learning how to handle big emotions, big waves. They are surfing. So we have to help them. For that, we need to observe our own selves first, because many things, if we can work on ourselves, that's why when we do Brighter Minds with children, we encourage all the parents to try heartfulness techniques. Because there are many techniques, even anger detox techniques, where you can work on your own self. Because anger is what? Something you are feeling inside, you are not able to tell. Even for adults, you are not able to communicate, you are not able to say, you are not able to express, and then you just outburst. That's actually anger. Thank you for sharing.
Yeah, ma'am. From the list as well, in the chat box, somebody has asked, will we get the recording? So yes, you will be getting the recording by tomorrow in the evening.
Yeah, and I am sharing this YouTube link.
Yes.
Sorry, I just missed sharing it. I'll be sharing this YouTube link and also this WhatsApp group link. You can join. Please subscribe to the channel. And we keep creating content, we keep creating different videos, almost one video every day, either short or long format. We keep creating this content just for you, and we request that you subscribe, you share, you like, and also put your comments on it, because that is how YouTube promotes it for going to different people. And we want to bring this awareness, because authentic information is really that help which many parents need nowadays. Nowadays we all are into nuclear families with less support. That is the purpose of doing all this, me and Rama ma'am, why we are doing in this direction, this particular work, because nowadays it's a need. People need help, but they don't know where to go, how to talk. Why this group is made? Because then you have numbers of so many parents, you are connected with people, you can send your questions, so that is how we can remain connected. So yeah, you please make use of it. And also I'm sharing my number.
Yeah. So in case if anybody wants to have any personal interaction, you can always connect.
Yes. And sometimes when I get little busy somewhere, maybe by conducting meditation or some online meetings, maybe it may get little delayed. Maybe you will not get message, answer back in 1 or 2 days. But for sure, I will be coming back to you. So please send the message for sure. So I'm sending 2 numbers. One number belongs to me, one number belongs to Swaraj sir. I'm not sending number of Rama ma'am, because Rama ma'am keeps busy maximum number of times. We are grateful for her help, but whenever she is needed, she finds time, but we just want to give her own space. But for sure she is there for any question that you want to ask.
We'll take
All
another
right.
question.
Yeah. So we will take the question that was sent earlier, ma'am. So one parent, thank you, Jitu ji. Thank you so much. Thank you, Anju ji. Thank you, Chandrakant ji. So please help us by commenting on the different videos that we are making, sharing with people, and also you can just subscribe so that and press the bell icon so that you will get notification of new videos. Okay. And one question that was asked, ma'am, that was here. I'll just check. Yeah. So Elizabeth is writing that whenever my child gets very angry, whatever I say, she feels negative only, even if I say positive. So what to do in such case?
So now see, Miss Elizabeth, you have made, decision, or I must say that you think that your child is thinking like this, right? Or the child has certain things in the mind, but try to understand the situations. At what time the child gets angry? Is the child very hungry that time? Because many a times the children get upset, or they are not able to tell you that their stomach is hungry, or because of that. So try to analyze what time or what situations makes her upset and angry. Okay, that is number one, because empty stomach triggers the anger. So you need to ensure that you feed your children well, give them 6 times a meal till they reach above adolescence age group. So that is very, very important, because if they eat well, if they drink enough water, then you will find the children much more calmer and composed. So this is this thing. Okay. And in case if you feel that the child is not understanding, or the child is really getting upset for small things, okay, so try to go to the root cause of seeing that what's running in the child's mind. Is it a anxiety? Is it the rivalry between the siblings? You never know, right? Comparison. So there are various reasons, so you need to identify that.
Yeah. So identify and then take steps accordingly, because once we understand, then only, like sir shared, when he understood that child is so much dependent, then you automatically get that compassion once you understand the real cause. And it's true with adults as well. Sometimes I have realized that even as parents, we are not able to understand our own emotions.
Correct.
We would be feeling something inside and we are not able to communicate with anyone. And then we also, get frustrated. Why it is happening with me? Why only happening with me? All these feelings come, which is very, very common. And sometimes you feel loneliness. The other day I was sharing with Rama ma'am that Ministry of UK has opened this Ministry of Loneliness. Because of so much loneliness in all of us, we start feeling overwhelmed, we start feeling lonely, so many these kinds of emotions. But here it's again important to tell you that heartfulness techniques are very useful in this, even for simple things like, suppose every night before sleep you include this heartfulness relaxation. Okay. Yeah, heartfulness relaxation is just a 5 to 7 minutes technique for you and also for your child. Just before the sleep plate, try to feel it. Every step it just calms down, relaxes. Just do it, every night and see the magic, because these are experiential techniques. And once you start doing it, within 15 days you will find that your quality of sleep gets improved. Your anger also that comes in automatism. Automatically you will be feeling very calm, composed in yourself. That's important. Okay, so thank you for asking. Now second question is by Ramaji. Okay, so Ramaji is asking, my child is 13 years and earlier he used to say sorry, he would hug me, he will understand his fault, and now he never says sorry. He bangs on the door and he does anything that he wants and he gets angry faster. Is it due to puberty changes?
Yeah, absolutely correct. We mentioned about the puberty changes. This is an adolescent journey. Okay, so a lot of hormonal changes keeps happening. The child himself doesn't understand what's happening inside. Okay, so that time the child really requires a more help from your side. Okay, and more love from your side. Non-reaction for his any kind of a behavior, but ensuring that what the child likes, you keep doing it, like especially the food. Okay, because nowadays the children are very foodie, right? And the things where the child enjoy the most, good company of other students or other children, taking the child for outing. Okay, dreaming big, right? Talking about sharing the certain good things, so that matters a lot. So you need to let this stage pass by. And if it is required, ma'am, you can have an interaction with the school council, or you can have one-on-one interaction with Surbhi ma'am for this.
Yeah. And one thing I have observed, when children enter into teens, they stop taking direct advice from parents.
Yeah.
When you say something directly, they will say no. Why? Because slowly their ego starts becoming higher. They start thinking अभी तो बड़े हो गए, वो तो हमें पता है कितने बड़े हो गए, और हमें लगता है कि ये अभी है तो छोटे ही, थोड़ा बॉडी बड़ा हुआ है पर दिमाग तो वही है छोटे बच्चों वाला. तो that is where this sinking disrupts. हाँ, chemistry का थोड़ा गड़बड़ हो जाता है. That is why the most of the families, they will feel this when children are becoming teenagers. So what to do? Direct advice hurts them. So sometimes they start listening indirect things. When you say something indirectly, telling about your own life. One more thing helps, because in this age group, this is very special. They start seeing some ideal figure outside their family, outside their own nuclear family. तो उसमें हमें कोई एक person जिसको आप wise समझते हो, you can slowly onboard such wise people. Two things work. One, like Daji talks about it. Daji is my global guide of heartfulness. He has talked about it in very beautiful book, The Wisdom Bridge. You all can buy. Just read that book. Here he says the child is raised by a village. So connect with people who are like-minded. That is one thing. Second thing, what you can do, some people, 1 or 2 or 3 people whom you understand that they are wise, you can just onboard them, start making connection with those people. Sometimes you can can set up a Zoom call with those people. Slowly bring those people also in your child's life so that your child will start listening to them. Sometimes it can be a teacher. As cognitive coach also in Brighter Minds, we are able to do that particular job, because when we are having fun with them in cognitive training, we are just friends to them. So when we are laughing with them, when we are doing activities with them, they share many things with us. And because when we say, they understand it from brain science, they understand that, okay, so even if we are saying the same thing as parents, they will listen to us more. So that part works. You can explore those things as well.
Very right. Yeah.
Thank you so much for the question. I think we are done with the time today. Thank you so much. Maybe later we can take.
Yeah.
Thank you so much everyone for joining today. Thank you, Rama ma'am. Thank you.